Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. Lovely day. Summer is about to leave us. The lockdown seems like it's going to leave us, and I cannot think of a better way than to go for a motorcycle trip. Today, I'm going to take us to a place not so far away. Actually, it's only 1 hour away from here. We are going to Tel Azaka and to a place which is called Khirbat Kayafa. Both places are connected or related. Scientists, archaeologists think that these places were part of the Judean kingdom, the United Kingdom that was established by David and Solomon. So our trip today will be following King David's footsteps. We have a few friends with us that will come and join us. I prepared even a small lecture about the battle between David and Goliath. We'll have some food. It's Corona times. Yes, I need a haircut, I know, but all the barbershops were closed. Maybe, hopefully, Sunday they will open. And so let's hit the road and follow King David's footsteps. See where he went, what he did, and there will be a few surprises. As we turned right, just before the beginning of the ascent to Jerusalem, near Sha'ar HaGai, we basically entered the kingdom of Judea, that one that was here in the 10th century BC. The kingdom of Judea was an Iron Age kingdom of the southern Levant. The Hebrew Bible depicts it as the successor of the United Monarchy, a term denoting the kingdom of Israel under biblical kings Saul, David, and Solomon, and covering the territory of two historical kingdoms, Judea and Israel. However, some scholars, including Israel Finkelstein, believe that the existent archaeological evidence for an extensive kingdom of Judea before the late 8th century BC is too weak and that the methodology used to obtain the evidence is flawed. The Teldan Septels shows that the kingdom in some semblance existed by at least the mid-9th century BC, but it does little to show to what extent. In the 10th and early 9th centuries BC, the territory of Judea appears to have been sparsely populated, limited to small rural settlements, most of them unfortified. Jerusalem, the kingdom's capital, likely did not emerge as a significant administrative center until the end of the 8th century. Before then, the archaeological evidence suggests its population was too small to sustain a viable kingdom. In the 7th century, its population increased greatly, prospering under Assyrian vassalage, despite Hezekiah's revolt against the Assyrian king Sanherib. But in 605, the Assyrian Empire was defeated, and the ensuing competition between the 26th dynasty of Egypt and the Neo-Babylonian Empire for control of the eastern Mediterranean led to the destruction of the kingdom in a series of campaigns between 597 and 582 BC. The deportation of the elite of the community and the incorporation of Judea into a province of the Neo-Babylonian Empire. small kingdoms bordering on Israel, including Edom, Moab, and Ammon. David was a ruthless king and responsible for a huge scale of manslaughter and nation's annihilations. He died of old age in Jerusalem, and his son, King Solomon, succeeded him and kept Israel big and strong.
הבאת לנו נגיעות?
לא.
מה לא?
סוג של. Okay, we have to...
בו מעל למדיו, ויואל ללכת כי לא ניסה. שמו עליו את כל השריון של החיילים. הוא אומר, הוא מנסה, אני לא, אחי, זה לא בא לי טוב הדבר הזה, זה כבד לי, אני לא, זה...
לא, אני יודע שלי.
וכן, ויאמר דוד אל שאול, לא אוכל ללכת באלה, כי לא ניסיתי, ויסירם דוד מעליו. בקיצור, ויקח מקלו בידו, ויבחר לו 5 חלוקי אבנים מן הנחל. איזה נחל? נחל לילה. זה נמצא שם, הנחל הזה שעובר שם, ויש...
יופי!
רגע, עוד אחד.
climb by foot.
רבותיי, תגידו שלום למצלמה.
שלום למצלמה.
With a full belly, we left Tel Azekah and headed to the other side of the road, where we took a rather tricky narrow gravel road to our second planned site of the day. Khirbet Kayafa, also known as Elah Fortress, is the site of an ancient fortress city overlooking the Elah Valley and dated to the first half of the 10th century BC. The ruins of the fortress were uncovered only in 2007, near the Israeli city of Bet Shemesh, which is 30 kilometers from Jerusalem. It covers nearly 6 acres and is encircled by a 700-meter-long city wall constructed of stones weighing up to 8 tons each. The discovery of the city raised a huge excitement among archaeologists and is still a subject to dispute. A number of archaeologists, mainly Joseph Garfinkel and Sar Ganor, have claimed that it might be the biblical city of Sha'araim because of the 2 gates discovered on the site, and that the large building at the center is an administrative building dating to the reign of King of David, where he might have lodged at some point. This is based on their conclusion that the site dates to the early Iron Age, a range which includes the biblical date for the kingdom of David. Others suggest it might represent either a North Israelite, Philistine, or Canaanite fortress, a claim rejected by the archaeological team that excavated the site. The team's conclusion that Khirbet Kayafa was fortress of King David has been criticized, but who are we to reject a good story? At some point, my very tire lost his grip over the soft gravel while climbing. I had to wait till everybody passed me so I could back down a bit and regain my control again. A few meters later, we stopped at the footsteps of the ancient city. We talked about the meaning of it, and after a short visit of the ruins, departed and went home.